be pretty much a cost breakdown of all like the cosmetic parts that I put on the car. So I'm gonna tell you like what it is and how much it costed me, and then I'll put some sort of like counter of how much money, probably like somewhere down here, like the total so far. I'm just gonna pull up over here to this spot that I'm hoping is pretty dead, so we'll see right now. So don't mind the side skirt. I couldn't bolt up the freaking side skirt, so it's rattling, man, and it's driving me insane. So probably these next couple days I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna bolt that down, and that way it doesn't rattle like that, because it's super annoying. It makes it sound like it's all clapped out. That, along with the missing B pillar, shit's looking clapped. Had to do it too. Windows down. Menace. So when I got the doors put on, the tint got all messed up, so I'm gonna have to retint that. And then there's a sound too, I don't know if you heard it right there, but when the car's pulling vacuum, it sounds like this really high-pitched rattling noise. So I also want to figure out what the heck that is. Damn it, there's people here. That's what I was hoping wasn't gonna be. We might pull up across to the other side. It's a casino, and the parking lot's pretty massive, and there's usually never... Oh, they turned this shit into a swap meet. But yeah, see, I was gonna pull up down here where there's no one, but there is people, so I really don't want to be bothered, so I'm gonna go over to the other side, across the street. Where it's scenic and whatnot. Hopefully the security doesn't come down here either, because occasionally I do come to the casino, so I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm a VIP member, I'll whip out my card and everything. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, I made a list and everything, so. Alright, so first, the front bumper. It's a Weber carbon fiber front bumper from Fly One, and that ran me like $28.75, but there's times during the year where you can get like up to 30% off, and that's usually like the Black Friday or they're like 12 days of Christmas type thing. So you're able to, I think it might take off like 800 bucks off the total price. So if you are trying to buy one and looking to save a few bucks, definitely take advantage of the sale. The next is the Fly One RS1 GT fenders. I love them. I was going for a super aggressive look, so I tried to get as much vented things as I could. And those were $1,775. So like I said, the total hopefully is going to be somewhere like right here. You guys are probably going to laugh at me once you figure out how much I put into the car. The next is the Fly One, the Terminal GT hood. One thing that I regret is I really wish I could have, and you can do this, I'm pretty sure, like the guys there, my boy Carbon Plug, I'll put his Instagram handle, along with Fly Ones in the video too. So hit him up and just talk to him. Tell him like, hey, I'm looking for the weave to go, you know, this way. That way it can match the bumper, because mine, the weave up here, the twill weave goes that way, and then the bumper goes that way. I really wish I could have kept it all one way, but there are going to be parts where, you know, it's going to have to go a different way. So yeah, the Terminal GT hood, that was $1,600, $1,600. The Morimoto headlights, which my first pair that I had, there was an issue with a few of the LEDs on both sides. So I messaged them, and they were able to warranty it out. They sent me a brand new pair. So great customer service. The only thing now that I've been noticing, and I've had them now for probably like 2.5, 3 years, this new pair. And here in AZ, you know, some of the summers it gets to like 120 plus. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but a little bit of spider webbing on the inside. So I told myself once that happens, because you know it happens to a lot of vehicles, so I was saying once it happens, I'm gonna take off this old lens because they sell replacement lenses, and I'm gonna modify like all the LEDs, switch out this strip here with the RGB one, and it looks more solid. Like in person it looks like a bunch of the LED lights going all the way up. The solid one looks like all one color, so I kind of prefer that, along with the demon eyes. And if we can etch the lenses on the actual projector, then shit, I might do that too. You know, I figured if they're open, I'm gonna be doing it, might as well go all out. That's kind of like my thing, is like just do it all, you know what I mean? Because I used to have an RSX before this car, and I was barely getting into the car scene, and I bought a lot of cheap parts. And you know, you buy once, cry once. So I just say go all out on the first time. Kind of avoids you having to buy another same exact part because the cheap one that you got, you know, cheaped out on you. But I know how it is too. Before I had the job I have now, like, it was hard to buy, you know, quality parts. So I just wanted to get my feet wet and start modifying it. So I ended up, you know, buying cheap shit. All right, so what else do we got here? All right, the Morimoto headlights are $1,400, $1,400. Then the Morimoto tail lights, which I really like, you know, and they're pretty affordable. They're only $600, which that's what I bought them for. You might be able to find them cheaper, but they're super sweet. I love it. And I really like that Morimoto did like the black housing and clear lenses, so it kind of looks smoked, but it's not. Probably has a little bit to do with the department of the DOT, so they probably set like regulations and kind of have to abide by them. All right, so the Hyperhive doors, when I got them, they were going by a different name. I can't remember. I'll probably remember when I'm driving home, but they're called Hyperhive now, and they're in carbon fiber. And I told them, hey, look, the weave on my fenders go this way. Sent them a picture of it and asked them, hey, can you do it? Can you do that with the doors? Because a few of the doors that I saw that they had, they were going the opposite way. And I kind of just like the way the twill weave goes that way, because it kind of looks like it's going with the car. So I asked them. I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask for anything, really. You ask, the worst they're gonna say is no, and then all right, cool. But yeah, the doors did take quite a long time, and thankfully, which the next video will be on all the performance parts. I'll tell you a little bit stories about the turbo kit and stuff like that. The turbo kit took a long time to be made. Worth the wait, but still took a long time. You know, on a positive note, I didn't have to put any miles on my car, but so it took a long time. These took almost just as long. These took 8 months. So you know, I didn't want to be too bothersome with the company, but I would message them maybe like once a month. At the beginning it was like once every 2 months, but like towards the end I was like, all right guys, like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, oh, there was an imperfection, we had to send them back. So I mean, they ended up coming out real nice, so I will say that. The installation was pretty tricky though, pretty tough, and a lot of the carbon parts, unless otherwise stated by the company, they don't come pre-drilled. So I know there are some companies out there that do pre-drill the holes. It's like guaranteed fitment. If you can get that, get it. But like I said, I've had really no issues with all the parts. You always hear the horror stories about people saying, oh, the fitment's all messed up, this and that. The best thing that I would recommend, oh, what's up? Those are bad. So the best thing I would recommend is if you have the money, you know, just take it to a body shop. Find a really good body shop in your town. Take it there, have it done the right way. Those guys, that's all they do. That's what they, you know, they're professionals. So if you got the money and you can do it, take it to the professionals, let them install it. But if you're a car, like a tool head, and you're pretty good, I did put everything on myself as far as the front goes, but to me it didn't line up perfect, and I was kind of like a little bummed out because I had to drill the holes. I did it all myself. So I took it to this company that this business that I've been taking my car to now. They're called D3 Auto Body here in Yuma. I'll link them right here too. Awesome dude. He's like the homie now. So I took it to him, and he kind of tightened up all the gaps that I had prior to when I did it. So he did tell me though, like, hey, next time just bring it in, which, you know, I was trying to save a buck too, man. I ain't gonna lie, like, this shit's expensive. So I ended up taking it to him. He cleaned it up, made it real nice. He put on the doors. I just took it to him, you know, the first time. I was put on all the other stuff that's on here. So the carbon fiber doors were 1,600 bucks. I think Saibon offers, I don't even know if that's how you say it, but they offer doors too, but they were like $2,800, or really expensive. But if, you know, something ever happens to these doors, I might go with that, because I did get the trunk from Saibon, and it was immaculate fitment, like very nice, really professionally, like high quality. You know, all this stuff is pretty high quality, so I'm not gonna sit here and you know, badmouth any other company. This one's better than that one, but had pre-drilled everything, so I kind of like that, because I feel like if it's pre-drilled, then they fit it on a chassis of another, you know, of another their model vehicle, and guaranteed fitment. So let's see here. The Carbon Creation side skirts were $700. You know what, I take that back. I did actually put the side skirts on. They're a bit tough, but I did put those on, and fitment was pretty damn good. There was a part on the inside, like where the door meets, and that one was a bit I don't know if when it cured it kind of went out of place, but they were both exactly the same, so maybe that's the way their mold is when they make them. But you know, I got it to work, so it is what it is. Let's see here. Okay, those were $700. The Saibon A pillars, those were, let's see, $950. The Fly One roof cap, that was $1,000. And I would recommend that. A lot of companies, man, they send shit out with like 3M tape. If you can avoid that at all costs, do it. Especially here in Arizona, like I said, it gets super hot, shit melts. Originally when I got it, I put it on, slapped it on, used the tape, which I had already told myself, don't use the tape, but I just wanted it on. I wanted to see how the car looked. I wanted to take it out for a drive, so I threw it on. And driving down this street, actually, I started hearing a real high pitch, like, and I was like, what the hell? I rolled my windows down, it got even more intensified, and I look, I just hear, Soo! And I look back through my rear view mirror, and I see the roof cap just flying smash on the ground. Thankfully there was no one behind me. It was pretty early in the morning. No one ran it over. I busted a U-turn so fast, drove back, picked it up. It was all scuffed up. I had to sand it down, re-clear it. Thankfully, you know, nothing was like, it didn't split or anything. So yeah, so the roof cap, $1,000. If you could do it, you got the materials. I don't even think it's super expensive. Panel bond it. Panel bond, call it a day. Don't ever use a tape. All right, so the Sibon hatch, it was $1,088. Super clean. I love it. I did reach out. I know they're a massive company, so I didn't really expect to get anything back from their customer service, but I asked them to put it a certain way. They didn't. It's all good. So next is the duct spoiler. Alliance Carbon, another really cool company. I got that for $500. Pretty cool. I love them. All right, so down to the front, the wheels. These are Ray CRs, and I only got them in the front, which I wish I bought all four just so I don't have to ride the welds all the time, but I kind of like the way the welds look too. So the measurements are 19 by 9.5, the offset of plus 25, and just the front two costed me $1,256. And then they're wrapped in Nitto 555s, and it's 245, 35, 19, and both of those were $500. Now I'll go to the back. So obviously these are weld bead locks. The next set of wheels that I'm gonna get them custom made. These ones were just off the shelf size that I got, so it didn't fit up perfectly, but you know, a little spacer never hurt. So these are the S904s, and these were 18 by 10 with 7.5 back spacing, and just for the two rear wheels costed me $1,786. And these are wrapped in Mickey Thompson ET Street SS, and for the rear two, where is it, $960. So I have to order new ones, so probably the first week of January or second week I'm gonna try, like I said in the previous video, the just a more sticky compound and a higher sidewall. So these are 35s. I'm gonna go with the 45 for the next one. All right, so the airlift 3P, bought that from Bag Riders. Have the dual Vare 444 cc's with the silencers, the performance front and rear suspension with 1/4-inch lines, the 5-gallon tank. I put that in on Cosmetic because really it is Cosmetic, although I've done a lot of pools and stuff, raced a few people, and I haven't had any issues with it. But I am assuming when I do the built motor and stuff, I really don't want to get rid of the front air suspension, because there's a lot of scenarios where I do like to lift the front up and not scrape while I'm going up driveways, over speed bumps, stuff like that. But if we're getting down to like race mode, you know, the shit's heavy, man, and I might have to go with at least a rear coilover setup. Maybe keep the front. I'll get rid of the compressor. There's a lot of things that I have in mind. So retaining that the air compressor in the tank with the sequential gear shifter. I seen this guy, he had it set up so it was pneumatic, but he put paddle shifters on, and it was driven obviously by the air. So it's still a lot, still a ways down, but it's something that I'm thinking about doing. So the air ride costed me $4,474, but I upgraded a lot of the stuff. There's one more option to go with past the 3P, and it's a 3H. And basically all that is, I could still add it on now if I wanted to, but basically all that is it puts a little sensor, I'm assuming by the strut, and what it does is tells you on your controller if the car's level or not. You know, wasn't too big of a deal. Fierro, compa. All right, so the next is, it's on the inside. We're just doing cosmetic stuff. So the Workshop 12, one of my favorite mods of all time, is this, man, and it's so sweet. I love it. But you can basically do obviously whatever you want to do on it. Sounds great, no complaints. You can even remove it during the summers. You just pop this on up, take it inside, that way it doesn't overheat, you know, no issues. So that costed me, and it's the plastics, all the plastics. You have to purchase the tablet separately, but they're super cheap. That costed me $289, and the tablet was 150 bucks. So you just pair it with your hotspot, and boom, you got unlimited. Boom, super simple. I love it. I just love the way it looks too. I seen the Nifty City one. It's pretty cool. Like, you could probably do all the same stuff that I could do. You know, you can watch your live Ecutech gauges or whatever you want on there. Maps, YouTube, you name it. You do anything on it. I would recommend it, and awesome company. The guys are super cool there too. I think they're based out of Australia. You know, them Australians, man, they get down under. All right, so the next is the Evo R carbon trim, 250 bucks, just this part. I like it. You know what, I forgot to add the steering wheel. Another awesome mod, and it runs off your OBD port, so you can also excuse me, it also runs off the OBD port, so you can also get like you know, a few things like your throttle, water, oil temp, which is super important stuff. You can even do like if you're on the track, you can set a timer. Really cool stuff, and you can adjust all the colors. Super cool, super cool. And I think that was like 600 bucks. I got it for a super deal. And if you guys are looking for something similar, fully cut, you could do anything to it. So I got it pretty plain. Just the carbon, the perforated leather, the LED, and that I think was like 600 bucks. With the white stripe. So if you want one, shoot me a message and I'll send you where I got it from. Then the mirror caps were 150, but they're starting to take a dump on me, so I might get some better ones, or I'm gonna have to sand and re-clear because they're starting to turn a little yellow. And this one over here, I think the sun was hitting it a lot more than the other one. It just got all busted. Starting to get all clapped out. So the B pillars, I think they're like 300 bucks, so I need to order that. I do have the the fins with the LED, I get mixed results from people who I'm like, do you like it? They're like, I think it looks good the way it is. So I might put them on, I might not. I just like the LEDs because they're sequential as well, so when you're turning they like go sideways. I like it, but I might end up throwing it on. And I think that is about it. So not pictured here is the rear quarter panels, and I think those are like 1,250 bucks. Haven't put them on, I'm still waiting, but we'll see if I end up selling them and getting a different style that mounts, you know, how I explained in the previous video. And then the rear bumper, which there's a few options from Fly One, so I am thinking about which one I want to get, but I kind of really like the V1 Nismo one in carbon fiber, so I might do that one. I'm not too sure yet, and that is 2,800 bucks. So what I didn't mention was that was just straight up price for all the stuff, you know. A lot of it, you know, shipping and handling gets really expensive too. Could range, you know, anywhere from, I think for the mirror caps, like 10 bucks all the way to like 300 or maybe even more, because some of these things are really big shipping, and they have to do like freight. So when you get them delivered, it's not like FedEx or UPS or, you know, any major company that delivers. It's like usually a guy driving in his truck, and he has it in his truck. So I don't know how they work that out, but they do. And that is about it for the cosmetics. The next video is gonna be all the performance parts. So, you know, I'm gonna go over all the performance things that I've done to the car, and I might even, because before I went boosted, I was full bolt-on NA, tune, everything. So I might even throw in what I had done prior, and the car was awesome, man. The one thing I miss that I don't have now, which, you know, I had my fun with it, was the like the flame and the pops and bangs kit or tune. And this one doesn't have it. It's just on E85, so it's some 91 and E85. And I think the sounds of the turbo and stuff definitely makes up for the pops and bangs. But every time all the homies are out and with the VQs and they're shooting flames and shit, I kind of miss it. But it is what it is. Like I said, I had my fun with it, and we're on to bigger and better things now. So stay tuned for the next video. It'll be the performance stuff, and pretty excited about that one. I've always been tuned by Monsef admin tuning, and it's like a barber, man. Like once you find your tuner, shit, you can't leave them. Just like a barber, man. Once that barber gives you that perfect fade and you get them compliments and people are like, hey, where'd you get your hair cut? It's like, oh, you don't know? It's my boy Monsef. Honestly, he might get, like, just like anyone really, people talk shit, this and that. Hey, but I'm gonna tell you, he's been the GOAT, and, you know, super knowledgeable guy. I always recommend him to every single guy that I meet here in town that's either tuned or not tuned. I'm like, bro, you gotta go with admin tuning. Like, I've had no complaints. Dude's super smart, super knowledgeable, and you just visit his page, man, and literally you'll let his work speak for himself. But super cool guy, even to the point where if you have a question, like something's not running right, or you just have a question, you know, no stupid questions really, like keep it, you know, make it a good question, you know, but you shoot him a message, he will answer it for you and help you like get to the bottom of what's going on. Send the data logs. Dude's awesome. So with that being said, I think that's it. Super long video. I hope everyone watched it, but stay tuned for the next one, the performance parts. Later.